Hey everybody, Kenny here. So I have done a lot of grinding. A lot of grinding. I realized that, again, I should have thought to do this before. I'm gonna have to start going backwards on the list since, for whatever reason, they give you a limit of 10 save slots, which is insane. I'm playing this game on PC. There should not be a limit to the number of save slots I can create. But regardless, I'm gonna have to start going backwards because I can't show the simple progress between one save and the next when I'm keep on overwriting the same one. I'm gonna just start going backwards in the order to get back to the top there. But we are now level 45. You can see that, as I mentioned, I get everyone at least 10 new stones, except for Zav. We're going to spend all those and check out their new potential. Obviously, everyone got a ton of new items from all that grinding. So, nothing worthwhile there. Got one with debuff recovery. Who cares? Manifest defense. Matter. And we got the next level of weapons from some shadows. This one has moto resistance plus. Not a big deal. Yeah, you can see they're already fully maxed out. Huh. Okay. I'm not sure what, I could have swore I saw like one was 57, one was 52. That's weird. Yeah, so there. He's got some of those with nothing to talk about. Got a grief with attack on it. Relentless warrior on it. Not sure if I've seen that one before. Debuff recovery. And that's his next tier weapon, the Odium. Oh, I forgot to read the thing for Usikas, but we'll do this one first. Odium. A chain discovered in a laboratory ruins from late in the age of magic. It rings with the echoes of test subjects' cries, increasing healing, except incense. It has a Shadestone slot on it, but no Shadestone. Event Horizon. A fist forged at the nexus between dimensions. Possesses mysterious, involatile power. Increases debuff resistance. It increases debuff resistance, and it came with moto resistance plus on it. You're very moto proof with this. Zephyr. Iron Heart with poison on it. Buffration, high affinity defense. And no next tier of Zephyr's weapons. For Gavad. Got a refuge with the shadow attack on it, which I'm guessing that increases damage against shadows. Got a Colosseum with Awakened duration. Colosseum with Paralyzed resistance. And one with debuff attack plus on it. Also got a Citadel that didn't have any sockets on it. Thank you very much. Citadel. A shield cannon developed near the end of the Age of Magic, after years of research, but never deployed in actual combat. Boasts immense power. Yeah. Those. Got a bunch of savants. Here we got a savant with manifest gauge on it. One with attack on it. One with light attack on it. And one with motor resistance on it. And we got her next tier, which is Cleric, and has a Shadestone slot on it. Cleric. A far shot consecrated by countless prayers. These blessings bestow great health upon the wielder. 591. Rather one. Okay, so that's the only one of hers that actually increases health. Everyone else gets the one that increases health earlier on. I guess it makes sense for the range character to get it later. Like, I was so tempted to go and just check what what weapons drop for this guy when I was grinding with him. So the weapon that he starts with is Gargoyle. Gargoyle. Light and sturdy metal blades designed to deflect blows. In the hands of a master, they become impenetrable wall. Has no Shadestone in it. Has one with affinity on it. That hurts. One with stun resistance. One with debuff recovery. Oh, and then Vampire is his next tier. Vampire. Ancient blades stained with blood. Grant a chance to recover health when attacking. One with debuff recovery. Oh, two with debuff recovery. And his next tier is Unicorn. Unicorn. Blades made to kill in one strike. Popular for their beauty. Increased critical chance. Yep. It hurts. Hurts so much. Zana. Got some RSA. One with healing. Yep. With paralyzed resistance. For this one that I'm not going to even bother trying to say the name anymore. That one with Soulstone Drop. Then her next tier is the Helianthus. Helianthus, a scythe that inspires allies and intimidates foes. Excellent for defense and easy to wield in battle. Yeah. And so those shadows dropped a bunch of these. Couldn't drop one for Zephyr, huh? Two of them have Shadestone slots on them, but you know, having any weapon with three of these is better than having a much stronger weapon that only has one. will. One of these with healing plus on it. One with crit chance plus. Fury with poison resistance. Paralyze. Vitality. With attack plus. Muddle. And Albion is next tier of axe. Albion. An axe crafted with utmost care by an artisan who became lost. Infused with the power of life, it increases health. All of these were from Shadows. So both Will and Zana made out like bandits with that. Got one that had a Fadestone on it. Buff chance up. Okay. Dav. These with stun resistance on it. Got a Tristane with affinity to limit break. Crit chance plus on it. One with shadow attack on it. Paralyze resistance, and he got one of his next tier. A Gaunez, I guess. And since it has a second N, assume that you say Gon and then Nez. Gaunez. A spear that enhances healing powers. Also said to bear the ability to grant wishes. No Shadestone. Two. Yeah, it's only stronger by 2. Fine. And Aisha. A Fudogiri. Yep. Fudogiri with Last Stand on it. Muddle. Katsuki Oboro. No, that's not new. Katsuki Oboro with defense on it. Debuff chance on it. Affinity. Awakened Duration. And her next tier. The Sanmyo Ren. A sword forged beyond the veil that resonates with the souls of the dead. Increases healing except incense. And this one has Poison Plus on it. Yeah. By the way, I wasn't hunting shadows. I just happened to get a bunch of... I guess I was farming so much that... You know, the low chance of them appearing just happened to come around more often than usual. Alright, so... Who we start with? Guess we'll start with Aisha and go up. Although actually, I guess I'll explain about Regan first. So Regan... This is definitely the demon that I like the least. It's not bad. It's not a bad demon. Like, the reason that I dislike it is that, like, I understand the thought process that went into creating this character. The idea was that, since you create a loadout of, the demons that you want to have with you, like, the idea is that, you pick demons that give you the option to face different situations. Like a demon for defense, a demon for range, a demon for groups, a demon for single targets, that kind of thing. Like, I get that that's probably the reason that this character exists. The issue is that the way that you advance these, any of the demons is by facing groups. Like being able, like this character is very good at fighting one-on-one. If you're fighting a big enemy one-on-one, then Ragan is very good. Fighting just little groups of enemies is a pain in the ass with this demon. Like, it sucks to use this guy against groups. And you can see, I unlocked all of his rank 1 stuff, to make that experience less miserable. But even then, it sucked to farm with this guy. It sucked real hard. So let's go and unlock all his stuff. Oh, that's right, yeah. I gotta do his demon lore first. Ragan Memory 1. Sometimes I dream about myself when I was young. I'm in a dark forest, clutching my knees and trembling. It feels like an eternity passes. Despite despair and loneliness grip me. But I endure all of that because I'm waiting for someone. For the kind hand I know will reach out to me. Then I wake up and I start my day like every other. And so it goes. I feel nothing in my waking life. When I left everything behind me, I must have left my emotions behind too. I can't find it in me to care about what came before. I am an evil man now, a shadow, and shadows need no past. He is full on edgelord. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Skills you unlocked are Prescience. Increase attack power when countering. Uproar. Knock enemy skyward. Attacks while enemy is acting have a chance to poison. Power increases when manifested. Venture. Gain more attack the longer you haven't taken damage. Only applies when manifested. Vogue. Increases the power of attacks that hit enemies taking an action the higher your affinity. Reality. The more Twin Blade stones you have, the more damage skill attacks deal. Applies after obtaining all of Ragan's skills. That's interesting that his unlocks after his very first thing. Everyone else, they get this after you did their fourth lore. That's when this one unlocks. But for him, it unlocked after the first one. Thing. Ritual. Chance to get healing incense when an attack hits. Always applies when Ragan is in the party. Treasure. Attacks that hit enemies taking an action deal additional damage. Only applies when manifested. Here, Brotherhood. Perform a basic attack to cancel the delay after using an attack skill. Right there. Ragan Memory 2. My father was the one in charge. My siblings were a bunch of scoundrels. Yet I can't help but wonder, who am I, really? What is my true calling? I felt as though speaking my mind would cost me everything. So I lost myself in my work. Taking things from people, hurting them. I tried to make it so nothing meant anything at all. I thought it was important to I thought it was an important part I played, so I could be with my family. That was a dumb thing to say. Okay, so his final one is right there. Guardian. Negate enemy attacks and counter attacks while enemy is taking an action. Reflect the enemy attack. Negate enemy attack and counter. Attacks while enemy is taking an action. Reflect the enemy attack. Always staggers the enemy when manifested. Regan has ranked up. Snare. Reflects attacks taken. Always applies while Regan is in the party. Antra. Increase reflected damage dealt the higher your affinity. One's right there. Regan Memory 3. I'll show him off before I switch any of the skills out. I only betrayed my father once. I was young and rebellious and impulsive. A thin excuse, but the only one I have. I killed without orders, and that endangered the lives of my family. My father nearly killed me for that. I remember him holding me close while I glowered. And then for some reason I started to cry. A realization washed over me. I was glad this man was my father. More than that, I was glad to be alive. Your lore is so lame. You are so lame. Espionage. Conceal yourself and sneak attack. Become invisible and cause attacks while enemy is taking an action to pierce defense. Chance to paralyze when manifested. Treason. Chance to become invulnerable when hitting an enemy taking an action. Best one is right here. Regan's Memory 4. One day, I learned something terrible. My father was being targeted by an assassin, and an insidious one at that. A threat to my father was a threat to my entire family. So I decided to strike first. No one threatens my family and lives. Family is everything to me. And they're the only family I've got. The assassin arrived just as I had expected. Disguised in the garb of a traveler, seemingly inexperienced and defenseless. It was so convincing I nearly hesitated to act. But I knew what I had to do. I was blinded by my own determination. It was over in an instant. When I peered in the assassin's face to make sure the deed was done, I was met with a familiar fragrance. The one I always smelled in my dreams. Then I felt a coldness in my back. My body grew numb. As I lay prone, I thought the same. I saw this. My father, my siblings. I heard someone say, "That's the last of them." Whatever this might have meant, I didn't have the energy to ponder. I only knew that I was alone again. This story meant nothing. I mean, like, why is he even... it doesn't make sense. Like, with the rest of them, like, you know, like there's, like some, like, deep meaning behind... Well, I mean... Like, for some of them, they never actually said how they died. Like, I think, like, Gavad and Lucica, like, both of them... Like, there's no, like, explanation or of how they died. Or was it Trece? Like, or Lucica... It's either Lucica and Trece or Gavad and Lucica. They never actually said how they died. But for the rest of them, like, you know, there's, like, a deep inset, like, reason for that they became what they are. But for Regan, oh, I was born into a criminal family. I never cared for anything. Oh, an assassin was coming after us. I killed the assassin. And then when I thought it was over, I died. All right. I mean, like, were you feeling like, oh, I was betrayed? Were you feeling like, oh, my role wasn't over yet? Because at the end, you just said that you're alone again. But I mean, is the feeling of being alone what made you a demon? I don't get it. Lame. LeMay to the nth degree. Yeah, but let me show... Actually, no. Let's look at his thing. Final skills are... So, skill. Only one. Final skill is... Infinity. Hold down to perform a series of reckless attacks. Power increases based on the number of attacks while enemies are acting. Okay. Restore HP when manifested. Alright, so let me show him in action. So, has a twin blade. Has a very quick attack animation. Then he can roll around. Skill-wise, intuition is the skill that he starts with. Oh no, that was I'm sorry. Gust was what he starts with. Intuition is a different one. So Gust is basically that, like I consider that his like single target kill attack. So what it does is you kind of thrust forward, and then I think he like jumps back and a double of himself, well, and then the demon actually shows up behind the enemy to attack. So, oh no, okay, I see. So, so Kagachi is the one who kind of shadow steps behind, and then Rigan attacks from the side where Kagachi was when the attack began. Then Gust is the skill that he starts with, which is a dashing attack that's kind of like the only group skill that you get. That's kind of like, you know, like the only like group attack that you get with him. Then with Victory, this is a kind of crusher attack, so like even though like I killed 2 enemies, they were right on top of each other, which is the only reason that hit more than one enemy. Yeah. Then Passion. Yeah. So you see, like, with Passion, like, you jump back, and then Rigan does, like, a whirlwind kick thing. And you would think that that's, like, good for groups, but it's not. It is not. Yeah, so with that, let's go and purchase one of his other 3-cost skills. So, espionage. Uproar. Espionage or uproar. We'll do espionage because of the sneak attack thing. Curious to see that. Rigan has ranked up. Yeah, so it just uses that one for Brotherhood. Alright, so I'll switch Gust with Espionage. Victory with Guardian. No, I'll switch Passion with Guardian. Alright. Over here. Okay. Ah, I see. Everything with this one? Yeah, so these ones are actually specifically counterattacks. Oops. So with Espionage and Guardian, like you have to hold the button down. And then it actually like intends for an attack to happen. See. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of Ragan. However, so you may have noticed that I was already on Maniac when, like, in that save. That's because I didn't do any grinding in, well, so I started Ragan off grinding in the lowest difficulty, whatever. I don't remember the name anymore. And eventually, like, I decided, I just wanted to, see what everyone's capable of in Maniac difficulty. So I raised it up to Maniac, did all the grinding for everyone else like that. And something I was surprised to learn when I did that, like the standout of everyone. Well, I mean, so I've already mentioned that, Gavad is stupid powerful. So, that wasn't a surprise. I already knew Gavad was really strong. But him being the strongest isn't, like something, it isn't news for me to bring up. But a character that really, like just sung when that was going on was Dia. Like Dia, like while farming and casual, like Dia, like there wasn't anything to speak of with Dia. But when moving it up to Maniac, like she did really well. Like Dia is really good. Like incredibly good. Like once you have to actually like start like learning how to play using her, like she's really good. And actually like after Ragan, like the worst are actually Will and Azana. Like Will and Azana are, because like both of them kind of have the same issue as Ragan. Like not as bad as Ragan, but it's kind of the same thing. So Izana is kind of the reverse, where like she's so group focused that against single targets she just doesn't like show like any like great potential. And then Will is like like he can do better than Ragan against groups, but he's still better against a single target than he is against groups of enemies. And then, as I mentioned, Trece is really good against single targets and groups. Zephyr, I'd probably say like Zephyr. I would say like Ragan's the worst. Then like Will and Zana rank about the same. Then I'd say Zephyr. Then Aisha. Then Trece. Lucica. Dia, and then Gavad. And then obviously Zav is just a monster. But yeah, let's start undocking skills for everybody. We're just going to be aiming for undocking everybody's 3-point. Three-point active skills. Infernal Rites. Withdraw as your demon advances, shielding you and performing a series of attacks. Number of attacks increases when manifested. Okay, so there's going to be like a like a jump back thing. Shade Blink Pierce. Stab the enemy. While holding the button down causes your demon to repeatedly attack. Attacks that hit heal you. Oh, nice. Healing increases when manifested. Her last point is her 5 point. Oh, it's over there. Fly into it. Exalt. Increase affinity when you defeat an enemy. Oneness. You can perform a basic attack to cancel the delay after using an attack skill. Aisha has ranked up. Finesse. Increase critical hit chance of attacks used to cancel the delay after taking an action. Transcendence. Increases the power of attacks triggered by canceling a delay after taking an action. And like that whole statement, it's confusing to read. The higher your affinity, the greater the effect. Soaring Strike. Jump and slash upwards, launching the enemy to be struck by your demon. Perform a basic attack to execute a follow-up. Critical hit chance increases when manifested. Insight. Affinity falls more slowly. Always applies when Aisha's in the party. Alright, so I want to replace this one with Shade Blink Pierce, I think. Yeah. And I want to replace Thundering Flash. I think Soaring Strike. Yeah. This is going to be the one that's going to be hard to gauge. I mean, I'm not a fan of setting Firebird. Which that one. Hey, if you're wondering like why I'm like searching around like that, I have a thing about, so when every action RPG I play, I put on my PC, I play using a Steam controller. So like, and I mean everything. Like, you know, I've got my Steam controller to play Diablo 2, Grim Dawn, Path of Exile, Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. Like you name it. Like I've made it that I can play them on my controller. But like when you play something on a controller, like there's like a thing that happens to your brain where you expect things to be in places. So because of the way I've been using Zav, like I found that like it's best to just like try to keep everyone as uniform as possible, so that like, you know, it doesn't like mess with how I play the game. So basically, like anything that's like a long range skill, I try to put on my right trigger. Anything that's kind of like a dash thing, try to keep on the right button. Anything that's like a leaping attack or like a focus smash kind of thing, I try to put on the Y button. And then like the B button, I try to reserve for like anything that's like your big bad attack, like, you know, like the thing that you want to do as like your your piece de resistance. You know, you're your big hitter. So I try to get into the habit of making sure I'm setting everything in that way. Alright, so let's try Soaring Strike first. It's okay. Okay, so Infernal Rites is kind of like the Adamantine attack from Gavad. Nope, didn't hit with that. Yeah, both of you just sit there. I appreciate it. Yeah, that is amazing. That is amazing. Like, I should just made I should just made the list. She is varsity now. Yeah. I don't know about Soaring Strike. Like this one. Now let's try it on a small enemy. Maybe it's like something we have to. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but yeah, but those other two, those are star makers there. All right, so we'll get your other costs. Catastrophe. Strike the ground with your axe, shaking the ground. Always overwhelms defending enemies. Area of effect increases when manifested. Hmm. Okay, so this is the path I'm going to take to that. Disorder. You can move or perform an attack to cancel delay after defending. Will has ranked up. Nightmare. You can perform a basic attack to cancel a delay after using an attack skill. Wrath's Rage. It's a stupid name. Perform a reckless attack with your demon. Hold down to continue attacking. Okay. Hold down to continue attacking when manifested. Got it. That's the 5-1. Oh, right. Yeah, Will is the one that actually, like, we had to get one of his 3 costs in order to get one of his memories. I'd forgotten about that. So you can actually get his, well, maybe get his 5 costs. Yeah, we can afford it. Intensity. Increase critical power of fully charged attacks. Xenocide. Unleash a beam of light that cuts through enemies. Power increases based on the total time charged. Always stagger the enemy when manifested. Will has ranked up. There's 1 point left, so let's do pointer. Will takes us time. All right. No point in looking after that. All right. So Calamity's a keeper. That's a great skill. I mean, Eruption's pretty good. One of these actually strike the ground with your axe. Okay, so yeah. Catastrophe to replace that one. Wrath Rage to replace Desperado. Want Xenocide to replace Eruption. Okay, that should work out. Oops. Make sure we equip Will though. Okay. Nope. Okay. So, first things first. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's look at Catastrophe. Now Xenocide. Oh. That's weird. Why do it that way? Alright. I thought it was a long range thing, but it is not. Stupid strong though. That is stupid strong. That is nuts strong. And the cooldown on it is crazy fast. For as strong as that is a crazy fast cooldown. Yeah. And Wrath Rage is good. Wrath Rage is a good one. Yeah, investing in Rage for Will definitely put him up there. Alright, so next up is Zana. Trick. Strike the ground with your scythe. Your demon attacks enemies near the spot struck. Demon attacks a larger area when manifested. Reaper. Unleash Soul Harvesting Blow. Side and rear hits can instantly kill. Higher chance of instant kill when manifested. Five cost one. Force. Attack at the enemy in tandem with your demon. Side and rear hits have higher critical hit chance. Number of hits increases when manifested. And we can actually afford her 5 cost also. Izana has ranked up. So might as well grab that. Nemesis. Unleash the soul cleansing assault. Power increases based on the number of side and rear hits. Pins adjacent enemies when manifested. So, spend the rest of these. Gain attack after shifting to Asana. Well, actually, have a... attack to cancel the delay after shifting. Asana takes less time. I was hoping was there. Increase critical power when rear attack hits. Yep. Good one for her. Okay. Place everything that she's got right now. Place parallel with Nemesis. Place Grace with check the ground. Yeah. That with Trick. Place Serial with Reaper. Replace Shock with Force. Gone with Asana. I'm not even sure what happened there. As a Reaper, I need to move to the left trigger. Yeah, Force needs to go to where Trick is, I think. Yeah, Force needs to go where Trick is. Needs to go here. Click there. Although I'm not really sure. Okay, I understand now. So we want to use Trick like this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I like that one. I don't know what to think of Nemesis. Like, Reaper is very good. Reaper's good, Force is good. Nemesis, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that the update changed my mind at all on Azana. I bet. Next up is... Yeah, next up is Dia. I spent everything with him. Yeah. Great Miracle. Fire a variable number of shots. Can lock onto multiple targets and deals more hits while knocked on. Lower shot variability when manifested. Dia has ranked up. Generosity. Shots pierce. Always applies when Dia's in the party. Wait a minute. Oh, good lord. Oh, that's ridiculous. That is nuts. I think y'all know what I'm talking about here. Shots pierce. As long as he's in the party, shots pierce. There's only one range attack that we've seen that doesn't pierce through enemies. That means that having Dia with you turns Gavad into a completely overpowered monster. Which he already was. Zenith. Knock the enemy skyward and fire a volley of shots. Hold down to increase number of hits. Cannot lock on. Power increases when manifested. Last one is where? No, that's here. 5, 1. We just got Great Miracle. Did she already have one of her 3 cost ones? And I just forgot that. I must have had to get it as part of getting her lore, as well as. And just like with Will, I think I had to do that with her. And because Noble Dream is the one she started with. Just got Zenith. Had Constellation. Had Supernova. Had Ambush. And we had Dusk. Yeah, so positioning wise, I'm thinking Supernova must have been the 3 cost one. We had to get it in order to get her 4th memory. Yes, we can actually afford her last one also. Black and White. Shots rain down like meteors. Power increases based on the number of locked targets. Number of hits increases when manifested. Let's see. We find the quick one for her. Ah. Need one more point to get to it. Dia has ranked up. Yeah, but before I do that though, like let me show like what makes Dia so good. Place woe with Dia. So the first one, Constellation. So like that one, like you're like locking on with it, whatever, you know. Using it without locking on, actually pretty good. Ambush, actually pretty great. Like it doesn't have any kind of lock on thing. It just, you know, you hop back and you do group harming damage. Noble Dream, locking on with it, doesn't really do anything of value, but it's still a very strong range attack. However, Supernova is stupid. Like Supernova, if you just use it, then it's very much whatever. You know, it's a kind of a wasteful attack. However, if you actually lock on with Supernova, this is the only one of her things that where lock on actually means lock on. And it does a stupid amount of damage. Like you know, I wasn't close enough to do all the damage with that one. But if you're much closer than I was there, and obviously I made sure I was further away because of the whole suction thing on that guy. But you see, like, you know, you do a lot of hits with that. Like a ton of hits with that skill. Oops. Not bad. Not what I meant to do. Okay. Let's have you pop some skills. Great Miracle. And since all of her stuff's range, it's hard to judge what to do around. Zenith. To knock things into the air. Let's put there. Great Miracle here. Black and white right there. Interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, just tapping the button without targeting. Very effective. That pop-up's pretty good. See black and white. So black and white with Great Miracle. Actually pretty good. Hitbox on that slap. Really? Yeah, but skill-wise for Dia, I mean, Zenith isn't bad, but Supernova... Yeah, so let's move Great Miracle to where Zenith is. Supernova right there. Yeah. So have all the skills as Zana and Dia now. Where was it? Will and... Yeah, because that was his 5. Okay, so all 3 of them I got the 5. We got all the skills as Will, Zana, yeah. Aisha, I think still... Yeah, she needs 1 more point to get her final... Her 5 cost one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, is that for now? Onslaught. Perform a series of blindingly quick attacks in perfect harmony with your demon. Higher critical hit chance when manifested. Stunning Breath. Focus your power and unleash a breath attack. Focus your power and unleash a breath attack. Hence a stun that increases if performed while moving. Stun duration increases when manifested. One down there is the 5 cost, right? Yeah. 3 cost. Here somewhere. There it is. Right over. There we go. Supremacy. Pull in enemies and unleash a blow from above. Force of pull and number of hits increases when manifested. And the 5 cost, I still need get this one. Frontier. Oh. Yeah, and Frontier is a 5 cost also. I also need 3 more after I get Frontier. Increased buff duration only applies when manifested. No, we like Roar. Stop everything else. pulling in. So let me see there. Slot there. Breath here. All right. Yes, we don't want to move forward yet. Oh yeah. Didn't actually bring him in. Papazana was Zephyr. So we'll go and fast travel back to the roadmap. Go back in to reset everything. Let's see swimsuit. That's pretty cool. Oh no, it's Onslaught, not Supremacy. The swimsuit. So Supremacy and Onslaught both do multiple attacks. Over here, jerk. That's right. Oh, why'd you reset? Yeah, I'm not really feeling any of his stuff. Not a fan. On to Reitse. Purity. An attack that drains life. Marked enemies restore more HP. Hold down button to increase number of hits. And pierce defense when manifested. Bind. Binds all manner of things. Chance to stun. Marks enemy's hit. Reduce delay after triggering when manifested. Thrashing spin. Lash out with your chain in a dance with your demon. Chance to debuff marked enemies. Higher critical hit chance when manifested. Oh, did I never get his final... Did I never do his final lore? What? How did I forget that? Take a look at that. Oh, we already knew he was a monster, but I guess not. War broke out over the fruits of my research. Among humans and shadowless alike, they fought to claim the sweet prize of eternal life. Unexpected or not, the antics of these fools, I watched with great interest as they struggled for survival. I took a small sample of my work with me and left the town where I resided. On the road, I met a young boy. He did something I found most fascinating. Shouting that it was only to survive, he thrust a sword into my chest. I watched the boy rifle through my pockets, too weak now to even lift a finger to stop him. I simply lay there observing. Among my belongings was the water of life itself. The boy laid his hands on the bottle and tossed it carelessly aside. He seized the trifling amount of money I had on me and fled. I spent the remainder of my short life laughing. How I longed to learn how civilization would meet its end. Greed blinds us all. This is another case where I don't really get why he became a demon. I mean, because yeah, he had the desire to see civilization end, but I mean, like he already failed to do his thing, so it's not like there's a reason for him to hold on. Remaining skills are 5 cost 1. Darkness. Fling your chains around wildly. Power increases based on total marked targets. Always staggers when manifested. Arrogance. Increase the power of attacks that hit debuffed enemies. The more debuffs, the greater the effect. Amplify. Increase the effect of marking. Only applies when manifested. Promise. The more chain stones you have, the more damage skill attacks deal. Applies after obtaining all of the 2 skills. 3 more with him as well. Here. Here. Crashing spin here. That's actually really good. We have not been able to see Purity one time. Okay, 2 awakenings for Flailing Days. And 1 for Crashing Spin. Yeah, so I like... The Purity is a really good one. I can't use it where it is. So, Purity there. Crashing Spin, I really like this. I'm not sure where to use this because it kind of serves the same purpose as Flailing Days. I'm not sure which does more damage. Magnoblast has to be on the spot there. Just too good. Like Bind, I don't know... Because Bind is good. Bind is like... That's your screen hitting attack. It's just... I don't know if we need a skill like that for Trece. Like you see, like they both do a tremendous amount of damage. That was a mistake. Yeah, so Trece is very good. He was already very good, but now he is even better. We still haven't even seen his final thing yet. So that just leaves Gavarnuska. Lucy first. Dual Eclipse. Send out a shockwave with your demon. Number of hits increases based on number of devices. Higher critical hit chance when manifested. Lucica has ranked up. Divine Rumble. Unleash a flurry of attacks interwoven with your demon. Power increases based on number of devices. Number of hits increases when manifested. Fast 3 cost. That's for 5 cost here. Right there. Scintillating Flash. Unleash a flawless series of honed attacks. Critical hit chance increases based on devices spawned. Critical power increases when manifested. Yeah. 10 to get that, so she's 1 short. Increase power of attacks that trigger consecutive hits. Not a fan of Heaven's Break. A Divine Rumble here. Waiting Flash here. Tips there.
準備はもう大丈夫。世界を変えるか。感じ取れたか。世界の変化ってやつを。言われるまでもない。ここなら安全。合わせろ。解き放て。ひねる。因果を断つ。
That is very good.
魔物がいる。気をつけて。解き放て。私の祈りだよ。見切れま。遥かに消えろ。頼む。急に刻む。無に果てよ。信じる。急に刻む。早く回復しよう。私の剣戦、これからが本番よ。実証を観測し操作する私に勝てるとでも？見切れま。遥かに消えろ。合わせろ。解き放て。解き放て。世界を変えるか。変化を見逃さぬようにな。今のうちに準備しよう。
So, like, I think I figured out, like, what the intention is for Lucica. Like, I think that her kit is meant for you to use other demons to build up your affinity. And then once you hit the cap, switch to Lucica and start her up. Because now, like, you know, like I'm thinking about like all the manifestation effect stuff. The way she works, like, you know, like she's actually becomes a monster when she's manifested. Now we will bring in Gavad and, well, finish up Gavad. Flank Assault. Perform pincer attack with your demon, crushing the enemy. Decreases attack and defense. The effect is enhanced when manifested. Freedom. Fire projectile laser attack while spinning back to back with your demon. Number of hits increases when manifested. Five on laser barrage. Perform a projectile laser attack that deals multiple hits. Hold the button to increase duration. Higher critical hit chance when manifested. Gavad has ranked up. We still have 8 left, so we can actually get his 5 cost. Insignia. Create a field of annihilation. Deals more damage based on number of shield blocks. All stats increase. All stats increase within the field when manifested. That what one last ones we can pick up. Nostalgia. Increase defense when using healing intent. Nope. Competence. Increase melee attack power, enabling you to overwhelm defending enemies. Actually, that's actually a really good one for God. Anointed. Increase affinity when attacked while shield is raised. Attack. Projectile attacks, pierce defense. Cool. Increase the critical hit chance of your projectile attacks based on your HP. Like, is it higher if your HP is maxed out? Is it lower? I mean, if your HP is maxed out? Which do you want for that? Would like for that to say. Get it. I think that one. And we'll put flank attack, flank assault here. Barrage there, and beat him here. Let's bring in Ia. Oh. Didn't bring in Gavad.
次はどこに行くの？
盾の力が必要かな。世界を変えるか。変化には敏感になれ。
先を感じる。
覚悟しろ。逃がさぬ。合わせろ。挟み撃つ。受けてみろ。この好機を逃すとはならん。王者の極意、絶望するがいい。背中は任せた。風がいい。
Yep. God remains stupid.
絶望するがいい。
Go and on. Swap out flank assault. Just have him go full range. So we'll swap with freedom. Freedom is a this. I want to see
魔物がいる。
行くぞ攻撃へ行こ
the hill.
う受けてみろ全力全開だ
Yeah. It's the hill.
世界を変えるか世界渡り号はよく観察しろ狙い撃てからよ伝われ
Oh, no. Didn't count.
終わらせる絶望するがいい覚悟しろ行くぞハゼルがいい
早く回復しろ。
背中は任せた縦に思いよやあ合わせろ攻撃へ行こう
And so however they define a shot, Eclipse doesn't count.
ここまで安全。
世界渡り号はよく
His actual cannon shot does not count for the Dia thing. Too bad. I do prefer set up here.
Concept.
次はどこに行くの？
Okay, so right now Aisha, Dragon, Usika, Reitze, and Zephyr are the only demons missing their final skill. Just noticed that I'm already almost at 2 hours and all I've done is, is showcase all of this stuff. So what I'm going to do, instead of like calling it early or something, I'm just going to keep going. And what instead I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this whole part in that I'm saying right now. I'm just going to cut down all of the skill showcasing stuff. Like when I'm editing the video, well, when I usually all I do is trim off the top and the back and then split it at a good cutoff point. You know, that way I'm not uploading long, I'm not making the uploads too long. So I'll turn this whole part, this whole 1 hour and 40-minute section, I'll turn into like a 20-minute thing, I guess. I'll try to get it down to that. I probably won't because I do get lazy. Actually, you know what? No. I already know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to edit this and it's going to get too big. The amount of time it takes to show me the previews of those sections that I've been editing are just gonna get too long. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and just go for like 3 hours and then just split it into 3 parts instead of trying to do something that I know I'm not gonna do.
世界渡りするぞ。世界渡り後はよく観察しろ。